Namaste. Hello friends, I'm Dr. Vikas Chothe, the founder of Swasti Yoga. Today, we are going to have an interesting book summary of Indic Yoga Secrets in Greek art. So let's start. So basically, the idea of this book is to help a common yoga enthusiast or practitioner to know more about the yogic philosophy, its principles, in a fun way through the interpretations of Greek art. Especially in the West, the Western audience is very much interested in knowing more about the authentic and the deeper philosophical aspects of yoga. This book review would help them to understand yogic principles from the Greek stories in a fun and interesting way. So let's start based on the Plato's Allegory of the cave. Here you'll find in this particular painting, if you just see that on one side, to the left-hand side, there are some prisoners who are being shown some of the shadows where they believe that is the truth. But actually, you will see in the painting that there are certain soldiers who are just trying to move certain objects, and the shadows are observed by the prisoners. So the perception which is created by the prisoners is not the reality. The reality is something else. Many a times there are certain mental blocks that we have it in our mind and stop us from achieving something in life. We feel that we are not capable, we do not have the qualities to achieve something, and this Plato's allegory highlights this state of mind. Whereas there are some people who break these bondages and they take the efforts, those extra efforts, to come out. In the second picture, you will find a person who is struggling coming out. Initially, it's a lot of difficulty for that person because the sunlight outside is very bright. The person before was used to all the dark cave. Now suddenly his eyes are not strong and capable enough to absorb the sunlight. But slowly and gradually his pupils adapt, and later on he is able to see it and enjoy the beauty outside. That exactly happens when we break our silos, our misconceptions about life, and slowly and gradually we make progress. So this effort of the prisoner of breaking the bondages and moving to the open world is what is called as moving towards the light of knowledge or enlightenment. So this person is a philosopher. From a yogic perspective, we can understand he is a true yoga practitioner who is trying to break the bondages of ignorance and move towards the light of true knowledge. So the light of true knowledge is all about the knowledge of consciousness, universal consciousness, or the Purusha, which is talked about in yoga. So the comparison which is done here is the Greek symbols, like the cave represents the human mind with the ignorance and delusion. The prisoner represents the weak people, common people with weak consciousness. The fire in the cave could be the individual consciousness. The shadows could be the mental thoughts, and moving towards the light would be the enlightenment. So in this way, the story powerfully conveys the message in yoga, which is Avidya. It says how the root cause of all our sufferings is ignorance. The moment we start working on our issues, inner bondages and blocks, we help to overcome and come out of the ignorance, and that is how our journey towards self-realization starts. So thank you very much for the first story of the chapter 1, that is yogic interpretation of Plato's allegory of cave, and in comparison with the Vishwaroopa Darshan from the Indian perspective. Thank you.